Hi fellow dreamers, in this video we're going to answer your questions about lucid dreaming. Thanks for joining everybody. My name is Carolina. As you know, I focus on doing children's books like these right here that promote love, unity, and peace, and I also help my followers interpret their dreams. The reason we do this is because when we listen to our dreams, we're connecting to our subconscious, and when we share them, we connect with one another on a more profound level. So let's get started with the topic of today, lucid dreaming. A lot of you are trying to practice the art of lucid dreaming because we know it has many benefits. But now while you're trying this, you've got some questions. So I want to answer this for you. We've got three main questions we're going to go over. Before we go over that though, let me explain very quickly what lucid dreaming is for those of our viewers who are not familiar with it. So lucid dreaming are those dreams where you are completely aware that you're dreaming. Have you been in a dream before where everything is going the dream way and then all of a sudden you're aware that you're there? Sometimes you can even start to move wherever you want. You can start to create within the dream. But the main point of this is that you are completely conscious in that dream. If you've had a dream experience like that, then you have been a lucid dreamer. And now we can all have lucid dreams, and the reason people want to have these dreams is because you can heal and grow within them. You are at your deepest, most subconscious state, and if you're able to move, change, and create within dream state in lucid dreaming, this creativity will reflect into waking state. So that's why a lot of people are trying to practice it. But let's go ahead and get into the questions. The first question is, what if you can't wake up from a lucid dream? Okay, that's a lot of people's fears because they're like, okay, I'm in this dream, I'm aware that I'm dreaming, but what if I can't wake up? What if I get so submerged that I can't wake up within the dream? So this can be somewhat fearful, but I want to remind you, this is a dream, right? So you have decided to go to sleep, you are relaxing, you are trying to, connect with yourself in that way. And when you're lucid dreaming, you are just aware that you're dreaming, okay? So if you get too excited, if you get too emotional, any kind of emotion, excitement, happiness, fear, etc. If any of those emotions get too extreme, you will wake up, okay? So you're not going to get stuck within a lucid dream. You have to wake up naturally because the body needs to wake up. So don't bring fear to that. If you're afraid that you're going to stay in a lucid dream, then it's just not time for you to practice lucid dreaming at this point. Something that is so important that we all need to realize is before we do any kind of practice, like lucid dreaming, we want to be in that place of love, unity, and peace, just like we practice dream interpretation, okay? Because if we're not in that area of peace, if we're not in that state, then what we're doing was we're going to bed with anxious energy, with fearful energy. And remember, when we share this energy with the world, all we're doing is increasing it within us, all right? So we need to take a breather. Don't practice lucid dreaming until you're at that place of love and peace, okay? Make sure to get to that point and then feel free. You won't be fearful to stay stuck in the dream, okay? Let's go to question number 2. What if you do become fearful in the dream? How do you wake up? All right. Now, it is very common for us to be a little bit fearful during our first lucid dream experience. Let me explain why sometimes. So whenever you go to sleep at night, a lot of us do recall our dreams, but not everybody is aware that they're dreaming while they're dreaming and able to move things around. So it may come as a surprise to you. So if you are getting fearful within the dream, that is okay. Remember, if your fear is extreme, you're going to wake up anyway. But now we need to do a practice so that way, number one, if we wake up fearful, to allow ourselves to let go of that fear, remember that we are in control, that we are okay, and bring ourselves back to that peaceful and loving energy, okay? That's the first thing to do if you wake up fearful from a lucid dream. Now, if you are in the dream itself and you are fearful within it, remember, this is your dream. You have the power to move, to create, to do whatever you want. So if you feel yourself being fearful and you're aware that you're dreaming, take a moment to practice your breathing just like you do in waking state. The point of this is you want to be so comfortable with yourself and you want to be so comfortable in that connection that you're able to bring love to your dream, to that lucid dream. And remember this, when we practice bringing that loving energy to lucid dreaming, when we practice breathing to peaceful energy, all we're doing there is practicing it at the deepest state of ourselves. So can you imagine if you practice this within dream state, when you wake up, that same energy is going to carry into waking state. And when you become fearful or anxious of anything in waking state, it'll be much easier for you to get back to that state of peace and love because you've been practicing it in dream state. So that's one of the wonderful things about lucid dreaming. So if you become fearful during a lucid dream, invite it, because it is an opportunity for you to practice, to get yourself back to that loving state. And remember, that creativity will reflect for you in waking state. Now, the last question is, how can we have more positive lucid dreams? This is a wonderful question because, as you know, whenever we're having any kinds of dreams, we want to encourage positive dreams, loving dreams. The reason we want to do this is because, like we've talked about, if we're having loving, positive dreams, this energy will carry until waking state. And if we can begin our day with that energy, then we are off to the best step possible. But now, if you're trying to practice having more positive lucid dreams, you've got to practice when you're awake. So for example, if you're awake and if you're living your life in a very fearful state, in a very anxious state, again, this energy will carry to dream state. So a couple of things we can do in waking state is be more conscious, right? Be more conscious of what it is that we're doing, who we're interacting with, what are those things that we're watching? Are the things that we're interacting with and watching bringing us more love? Are they bringing us more peace? If they are, then we are doing the right thing in order to encourage this positivity and this love. And this, again, will reflect in dream state. It is actually very simple. But the thing is, we have to be picky. We have to be picky with what it is that we're paying attention to. So if you're trying to have more positive and loving lucid dreams, it begins with waking state. It begins with being conscious and connected in a waking state. So that way that can be deep within ourselves. Remember, waking state and dream state are simply a reflection. They're a reflection of the self, and we are that bridge, right? We are the bridge between the two worlds. So if you're able to practice some of this loving energy in waking state, wonderful. If you can't practice it in waking state, but you have the ability to have lucid dreams, practice it in dream state. Whatever is easiest for you, but practice it in one of these states and it will naturally reflect. All right. So I hope these tips were helpful to you. Remember that when you're lucid dreaming, this is such a powerful place for you. If you're trying to heal, if you're trying to mend relationships, with yourself, if you're trying to mend something from childhood, a childhood trauma, all of these things can be healed within dream state, specifically lucid dreams. If you're trying to have more lucid dreams and want to know a little bit more about this, I'm going to be doing a live on our TikTok channel this week to talk about lucid dreams, because so many of our followers want to be able to practice the art of lucid dreaming. So join us. You can find me on there, as Lupita Inspires. So please find us on TikTok. But guys, I hope that you're having an amazing week, a wonderful 2021. And like always, I send you love, unity, and peace, and we will be in contact. Bye, everybody.